Methods of form creation. In this presentation, we'll have some fun exploring one-click methods and the use of a wizard. First, let's start with some of our one-click methods. They're all dependent upon which table is currently selected. So I need to make sure my contact table, that's what I want the form to be based off of, is selected. And then we simply go to our Create. And in our Forms area, we can begin to look at some of our one-click options, one of which is Form. I'll go ahead and click upon that. And it instantly generates a very basic starting point for a form. I, of course, am responsible for saving it. I could also manipulate any parts of it. This just gives me a head start. If instead of starting with a blank form, I start with at least all of my fields in a top to bottom sort of order, and then from here I can customize. But for now, I'm going to save and click OK. We can leave this open, or I may right mouse click and close it. The next form option we're going to take is a data sheet form. Here again, we select the table, Contacts, and Create. We must go to More Forms to get to the other one-click options. Data sheet is the one we're looking at now. And data sheet does look quite a bit like datasheet view. If this is the form we need, done. We simply save. And the new form then shows up on the left. We can close this one down. The third type we'll look at is a split form. Let's take a look. Again, select the table, Create, More Forms, Split Form. So now we have the best of both worlds. Up at the top, we see it laid out in a rather top to bottom sort of format. Down at the bottom, we see all of the records. And then each one we roll through. So that is a split view. I'll go ahead and save that. And close. Now we'll take a look at a form wizard. There are, of course, many other one-click options to look at, and again, they all function the same. Now, the wizard is a little more interactive. Instead of just developing the form with absolutely every field with zero choice on our part, we have steps that we go through along with access, helping us choose the right choice at each step. To begin, we'll go ahead and go to our Create tab. And instead of using one of the one-click options, we're going to locate Form Wizard. And click upon Form Wizard. The first choice and decision that we make is which table or query will this form be based off of. If I had multiple tables and queries to choose from, this drop-down would allow me to make the proper choice. We also have an opportunity to bring over just the fields we're interested in by clicking them one at a time and/or having them selected and choosing the single arrow. If I want all the fields, which I do, I'll go ahead and click upon the double arrow, and it brings absolutely every field over. Our next step is to choose a layout format that makes us happy. Will it be columnar, tabular, datasheet, or justified? Truly no right or wrong. Just like we had several one-click options to choose from, we can choose whatever format makes us happy. I'll stick with columnar for now, and next. Now we are asked to enter a title. By default, it will put the name of the data source, in this case my contact table. And if that's the title I want, great. I can go ahead and leave it there, or I could go ahead and change it. That is all the information that the wizard needs. Now it wants to know when this process is complete. Would you like to open it and enter information? Or do you want to open it and modify portions of the design? This just helps us know what view to place it in upon clicking finish. I'm going to go ahead and just view it and or enter information and finish. So here is my form, and if I did need to make any changes to it, I could. And by default, the name is whatever I placed as the title. That's also represented at the top of the form as well. So these are all wonderful ways to create new forms. They are all on the Create tab. We can either use the one-click options, have a completely blank form, or utilize the wizard to have choices along the way and make the best decision possible. Up next, exercise creating a form with the form wizard.